For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brittani Scott, and I am so excited to be with you all. We are all super excited to be with you in Houston. Yeah, that's right. Give it up for Houston. We're going to do another song, but I wanted to share a little story before we start it. My husband is here with me tonight somewhere. He's actually flying out in the middle of this concert, so he's going to be heading to the airport soon. But Ryan Scott, I love you so much. Thank you for being with me this week. You've been amazing. My husband and I are church planners in Seattle, Washington, so way up in the northwest corner. That's right, you can lift it up for Seattle too. We are church planners there, and one of the things I like to do when I'm writing songs for the projects that I work on is to really think about our church and what we're doing there and what God is wanting to do. And I ask myself usually these three questions. The first one being, God, what do you want to say to our church right now? What are you speaking to our church in this season? And that answer usually will come from my pastor, which is my husband, if I'm paying close attention to what he's preaching every Sunday and teaching every week. I can usually, you can kind of see a theme sometimes during a season for the church. And the other thing I like to ask is, God, what do you want us singing over our city right now? What do you want to speak to the people of Seattle? What can we sing? There's so much power in what we say and what we sing that sometimes it's not just about the person that's sitting in front of me, but it's about speaking things in faith into the atmosphere around us, right? And we know that the things that we say and the things that we're singing in our church now have a far-reaching effect in the spirit in the city of Seattle. So I want to know, God, what are you saying to our church? What do you want us to sing over our city? And what do you want us to be reminded of in this season? Because sometimes those songs are just for us, right? They speak to us. They encourage us. David encouraged himself in the Lord. And sometimes we have to do that too. So not too long ago, we had been in this little storefront in downtown Seattle. We loved it. Needed a lot of work, and we put a lot of work into it, but we loved it, and it was ours. And for those of you who have done church planning, we didn't have to set up and tear down every week. It was amazing. And the building ended up selling, and we had to leave before it went to the new owner. So we started looking well in advance for a new building, and Seattle is very expensive. The real estate there is very expensive, and nothing really opened up that fit our budget. So we thought, well, let's stop looking right now and just kind of move into our house and have house church for a while. We'll do like 12 weeks in the book of Acts, and it was actually kind of fun. We talked about the different churches that were started in people's homes in the book of Acts. But during this time, really, the search for a building was consuming us. We were looking for one. We were praying about it. Our church people were praying about it. My husband is bivocational, so when he wasn't working on work, he was looking for a building. And it was taking up a lot of our thoughts, a lot of our prayers, our time, our effort. And one Sunday, my husband came to the church and just said, I think that God wants us to stop looking and praying and asking for a building for a while. And he wants us to refocus our attention back on him. Stop asking for, every time we go to prayer, God, we need a building. Please give us a building. We're believing for a building. And we still do believe for a building. But during our prayer time, let's shift our focus back to God. I just want to spend time with you today. I'm coming to you not with any need, not because I want you to do something for me, but because I want to spend time with you, because I love you. And all of us have these stories in our lives where we're busy doing things for God, and we're working, and none of these things are wrong. We're church planners. My husband and I are in the process of adopting right now, and he's also working another job. I'm doing music stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and none of it is bad. It's all things that we feel like God has called us to. But sometimes we can get distracted by all the work, kind of like Martha did, and we forget to be and just find ourselves at the feet of Jesus just to worship, just to spend time and to try and learn more and know more about the heart of God. So this song really came out of that season. And we did finally get into a hotel. I forgot to mention that at the last concert, and so people kept coming up and asking, are you still in your house? We're in a hotel room right now, which is working out great. But I think the important thing for all of us is that we remember that he's really the center of it all. And if we're not just spending time with him, then we're kind of missing the point, right? So our heart's cry really needs to be, God, we just want you. We just want you. We just want to spend time with you.